Morning. How you doing? Coach John here. Just charging myself up for the day. Just getting into my very best energy for today. Just picking up my frequency, lifting up my vibrations, raising up my feelings by taking some physical action, some movements, by taking some mental action, an intention, a decision, a choice. I'm going to get myself fit. I'm going to do movements, take physical actions that are going to make me fit. I'm going to book time into my schedule, time to give care to myself, self-care, self-loving time. I'm going to put time into my day. I'm going to begin my day with positive movements, positive thoughts, positive words. Just getting myself going straight away to begin my day. Just loosening up my body for the day. Just moving through different movement patterns that my body is very capable of moving through. All of us can move through basic movement patterns that the human body is capable of doing. It doesn't need to be destructive. We've got to get out of that idea that exercise needs to be destructive. Exercise needs to be constructive. I've got my clock going here. It's chiming every 30 seconds. So it's keeping track of time. So I want to work on a particular movement or exercise for maybe 30 seconds or 60 seconds or 90 seconds. Sometimes I keep track of breaths. Sometimes I keep track of time. Sometimes I count repetitions. I vary that depending on the day, depending on the activity. We vary how we're going to keep track of time or repetitions or breaths. It doesn't matter. It's all time related. Just warming ourselves up with different movements, getting myself down straight away to begin with a plank. I can do my plank off of a box. I'm just on a box here. I can do my plank off of a ball, off of a Swiss ball. I can do my plank off of the floor. All I'm doing is holding myself flat to the floor, looking out over top of my fingers. I could plank on my elbows. There's not a right or a wrong way to do this. I'm just energizing my body, invigorating my body with basic human movements, just practicing basic human movements here. Keeping a nice straight line from my shoulders right to my heels, trying to keep my head in alignment with my body, looking over top of my fingers, nice and flat to the floor, right? Working on all those core muscles along the front of the body, bringing all those upper body muscles in with all of my core muscles, working the full body, getting my body breathing, getting my body breathing. This is what we're doing, getting the body hot to start off the day, just picking up the temperature of the body, just a little flexion, a little extension. I tell all my clients, there's basically three most fundamental movements: flexion, extension, and rotation. Right? We've got to make sure that our program contains flexion, extension, and rotation. We've got to rotate our bodies. We've got to flex our bodies. We've got to extend our bodies. We've got to lengthen our bodies. Right? This is what we need to be happy and healthy. We don't need to annihilate our bodies, although this is what we're told. Just lengthening out the body, just getting into a position and breathing in that position. Just coming to the breath. You can hold a position for 3 breaths or 5 breaths or 30 seconds. Nice deep breaths. That's just a static hold. Just holding one particular position for 30 seconds or for a designated period of time. Static movements. This program, my eMotion program, it's a program I give away for free in my 10-day free trial, my eMotion program. It's the program that I teach to all of my clients. It's a movement and a breath work program. It's both. It's intentions, it's imaginations, it's breath. It's a thought practice, it's a thought action, it's a physical action. So it's got dynamic movements, movements that are dynamic, using multiple muscles and without pause. Right? Dynamic movements are a part of this program. Explosive dynamic movements are a part of this program, as well as just balance. Balance is a part of this program. Centering yourself in your balance. Just coming into foundational movements to build up my energy for the day. Just practicing basic foundational movements, human movements. And watching my breath, collecting myself with my thoughts, my words, my intentions, my imagination, bringing myself to my very best, myself, taking charge of my health and my wealth and my energy, thinking about it in my mind, speaking it over my life with my words, and then taking action on it, scheduling a workout into my day, putting it into my schedule, and then taking action, actually doing it. It shows me that I have the power to create change in my life. It helps me to believe in myself. This is what it is. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to recognize our own power. Some squats, warming up those bigger muscles, those thighs. Right? Some inner thigh, outer thigh work. Just warming up through the hips. The hips are a spot where we tend to hold tension. Hips, shoulders, neck. This is where we get energy trapped in our bodies. We need to warm up through the hips, warming up through the back of the legs, warming up through the lower back. Lifting one heel, working on balance, working on flexibility, working on breathing. Stretching out through the back of the legs, strengthening up through the back of the body, lengthening out through the back of the body, through the hamstrings and glutes, through the neck and shoulders. Just breathing, holding that static position. Dynamic movement, lifting the heels. Static movement, just holding the flexion. Dropping down into my crouch. Getting low into my squat, feet flat on the floor. It's a static position. I'm down low in my squat. I'm opening up my hips, so I've got that intention in my mind. I want to open up my hips. I want to expand, warm up through my hips. I want to release tension in my hips. You know, where are you holding tension in your body? You want to release tension. You want to free up any resistance you've got in your body. A static hold, down low in my squat. See my spinal extension. I'm nice and tall in spine. Looking upwards. Drawing up the energy that's in my pelvis. In my lower energy centers. I'm drawing that energy up with each breath. Inhaling up my energy. Getting back into plank position here. Working on flexibility down here in the plank. Stepping up, stretching out through the inner thighs. So just holding the static hold, the forward lunge. That's a stretch, a static hold. Or we can be more dynamic. We can add movement, step up and stretch out. So we've got static holds. We've got dynamic movements. We've got breath. We've got intentions. We've got the decision to get in shape. We've got that decision. We want to get back to our very best. We want to get fit. We want to get healthy. We want to get sexy. We want to get our bodies back. We want to get our energy back. We want to get our playfulness back. We want to get our joy back, our health back, our wealth back, our love back. Getting myself up from there. Body starting to heat up. Just working on a bit of balance some more here. Right? Lifting my leg to the back. Working on some balance there. Okay? Extending through my chest and shoulders, kicking out through my back leg. Stretching through my thigh. Balancing. Nice deep breaths. If you need to hold on to something, or you could hold on, you could reach for the floor and balance that way. Quad stretch and flexibility there. Spinal extension, standing up tall, extending through the spine. Flexion at the knee. And then if you want to kick through and open up to extend, working on that thigh, creating spinal extension, opening up the chest and shoulders, good posture. Those core muscles responsible for my posture. Notice the curvature in the spine, the natural curvature of the spine, right? Notice the natural curves of our spine. We want to restore the natural curves of our spine. From poor sitting, from physical stress, from mental stress, the body musculature can get tight and emotional stuff can get trapped in our physical body. It can create pain and a loss of mobility, a loss of agility, a loss of function. We can restore the function in the body. We can get the pain-free mobility back. We just got to work through the range of motion where we feel the resistance. Where have you got blockage? Where have you got resistance? Where have you got tightness in your body? Where have you got pain in your body? You got to lean into it a little bit. Push into the discomfort a little bit. That's okay. Just gently pushing into the discomfort and working it through slowly. Speaking to it, connecting to where you've got blockage or tightness or resistance, breathing into it,
and drawing it up, intentionally asking for it to come up. You've got to have a relationship with yourself. You've got to speak to yourself. Where have you got a blockage in your body? Tightness in the hips. You want to speak to that. You want to talk to it. You want to have a relationship with it. You want to sit with it into the resistance, into the darkness. What are you there for? What are you trying to tell me? What are you saying? So it's a dynamic movement here, a lunge. My front foot flat on the floor, I'm balancing, I'm strengthening, I'm lengthening my body, I'm exciting and invigorating my body, I'm breathing, it's getting my heart going, it's getting me hot, just stretching out, just breathing, catching my breath after those lunges, working on some static holds, just stretching out my hamstrings. Leaning over to one side. Nice deep breaths. Thinking about length in my body. Thinking about space in my physical body. Intending to add space. Intending to expand out my body, lengthen out my body, thinking about that. Breathing into it. Pushing into a little bit of resistance or discomfort, breathing into it. Coming back to center, just stretching out those hamstrings. Static holds, just warming up the body. Reaching back, grabbing my hands, opening up the shoulders, taking the hands off the body as best you can. Breathing into the upper back and shoulders, nice deep breaths. Hands coming down, just working through rotation in the body. Twisting, opening up through the chest and shoulders. Warming up, warming up. Getting into shape doesn't have to take that much time. 20, 30 minutes of movement first thing in the morning. Straight away, just waking myself up with movement and breath. You can check in online. You can tune in to a workout. You can join me for a 30-minute workout multiple times during the day. Lunges, squats. We've worked on our planks. Here's our mountain climber, knee to the elbow. Taking my knee to the elbow, picking up heat in my body through the core. Pulling through the middle, engaging all the core muscles, keeping my head neutral, looking over top of my fingers. I can change, I can take knee to the opposite elbow. That adds a little bit of rotation through the lower body. Twisting, knee to the opposite elbow. Taking it across, pulling through your core, twisting, breathing. Nice deep breaths, exciting and invigorating the body for the day. Just a bit of spinal extension here. Another static hold. You can do this on your elbows. You can pop up onto your hands. Extending the spine, supported by the floor. Opening up my chest and shoulders. Nice deep breaths. I want that pain-free mobility in my body. Getting up from there, look at this. I'm just grabbing my first dumbbell for the day. You don't need a ton of equipment. You don't need a ton of weight. Working on my rows here. Forward lunging. I can do it for time, 30 seconds. Or I can do it for repetitions, 30 repetitions. Or 50 repetitions. Working on the back of my body, working on my upper body. Working on my arms, working on my shoulders. Strengthening and lengthening, getting my heart pumping. Waking myself up with movement, with breath, with thought, action. Continuing throughout my day with nutritional action. Trying to stick with the live foods, the raw foods as much as I can. I want to bring foods into my body that bring high vibration energy, bring life, bring frequency into my body. Fruits and vegetables, raw juices, emptiness, fasting. These are the best ways to detoxify the body, purify the body and mind, get the body, mind in sync. Working on the low frequency energy, working on letting go of the bad habits and behaviors and foods. We don't need to eliminate things from our life. It's not about elimination. Sometimes we just need to take a little break from something for a while before we bring it back or allow it back, or maybe we just need to change the frequency that we're engaging in that substance or thing. Maybe not coffee every day, maybe not alcohol every day, maybe these are things that we do on the weekends. Habits and behaviors, flex meals. Doesn't mean you can't ever have ice cream cookies anymore. Doesn't mean that you can't have a bottle of wine on the weekend with your lover. I think it's all a part of life, a normal part of life. We need to have our normalcy in our life. I don't think we need to eliminate things. We just need to have some different boundaries. We just need to jig our boundaries a little bit to create something new. Push-ups can happen on your toes. Push-ups can happen on your knees. Whatever's right for you. It's not about killing yourself. Just working on your push-ups, your upper body strength. If we can't do push-ups yet, we could just work on just a plank, just holding ourselves in plank, or we can add a rotation. Plank rotations. Awesome. Rotations, opening up the chest and shoulders. Flexibility. Or we can be more aggressive down here. In our plank position, we can jump those feet. We can walk that out, we can jump that out, we can march that out slowly, we can cross those knees, cross body mountain climbers, we can get rotation down there. We can get ourselves up and we can introduce some arm work, working on the tricep there. Right back, straighten out the arms, work on 20, 10 to 20, 15 to 25 of those on one side, or 30 seconds. Tricep kickbacks on one side. Balance and strength. Working on your triceps. Working on the back of the arms, toning the body, tightening the body, strengthening the body. This is just foundational stuff, just introduction stuff. Just getting your body started, just getting the body going for the day. Just exciting and invigorating the body, not annihilating the body. Static holds, dynamic movements, breath. Here I am back in my static hold. I was using this forward lunge, awesome. From here we could do forward lunge with an extension. We can switch the hands, holding there, breathing in those positions. Lengthening out the body in that static hold. Strengthening up the body, in the legs, twisting through the middle, upper body strength, extension, posture, opening up the body and breathing there. Two or three breaths in any given position. And finishing up today, last couple we'll go for a dumbbell snatch. Right down, some activating the lower body, snapping through the core, popping that dumbbell right up over my head. Dumbbell snatch, we could do 10 or 15 dumbbell snatches on one side. 10 to 15 dumbbell snatches on the other side. You could do that for time. You do that for repetitions. Waking up the body, invigorating the body for the day. Minimal equipment, not a whole bunch of time, not annihilating the body at all, just stimulating the body, waking myself up for the day, getting into my best place, beginning my day in the very best way. Some curls, working on the biceps, the front of the arms, toning up those arms. We can work on full extension at the bottom, curling that hand all the way up to the shoulder. Working on 15 or 20 repetitions on one side, 15 or 20 repetitions on the other side, same thing. Flexion and extension, keeping my elbow still, right down, straighten out the arm, curl all the way up to the shoulder. And there you have it. A full body workout, an exciting, invigorating workout. Exciting, invigorating myself with my own energy, with my own mind, with my own decisions, with my own thoughts, with my own words, with my own imagination. Taking power, taking charge, self-empowerment, self-control, self-love, self-care. If you need any help, reach out to me. Send me a personal message. Send me an email if you need some help to pull it all together for yourself personally. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific